Hello, and welcome back, my fuzzy, furry, fezzy little friends, to Fezziwig Toys, the place where we make and discuss and enjoy and love and fantasize about all things small. I feel like there's a real lot of schmutz on these glasses. I don't even know how I see some days. Okay, so I am Allison. Welcome back to my channel, and thank you for joining me. Today we are going to make a tiny little can't you tell what it is? Oh, it's so obvious. A 1960s record cabinet. Back when you couldn't just own a record player, you had to have an entire piece of furniture dedicated to listening to music. So I have all the pieces designed and cut, and I've taped it all together so I know that it all works. And I did a light sand, so I'm ready to get staining. I'm ready to get on staining. And the only thing I have left to do is I need to do a little bit of sanding, so I'm going to show you how I did that in just a minute, and that's it. And I actually have a new stain, so I don't have to mix two browns of paint. I do have a little concern that this stain isn't going to match the stain for the bar, but they're kind of on separate sides of the room. This is, of course, we're talking about my swinging pad, my Lundby swinging pad, which it's starting, a theme is starting to evolve, which I believe is going to be like mid-century medieval. I found this wallpaper, and I will credit the maker here because I don't remember what it was called. The shop is called, but it's on Etsy. It was a downloadable wallpaper, and it was green, or is green, and it has little ornamental dragons on it, which of course I love because I love fantasy. And I took it into Photoshop and I adjusted the green a little bit to make it a little more like avocado. Oops. And actually I also, spoiler alert. I ordered, maybe I shouldn't even mention it because whatever it comes in, it sucks. I did order some fabric with the pattern on it too, so I can make pillows, curtains, maybe even upholster a couch with it. You know, do you remember when, if you have any familiarity with looking at home interior books from the middle of the 19th century, 20th century, as I do, okay, if you have a whole collection of mid-century interior design books, then you will be very familiar with this style, which is just excessive. It was they would match every piece of, it would be the walls. I've even seen the ceiling wallpapered, the curtains, the bedding, everything would be the same pattern. And it was a very busy pattern as well. So that's kind of my inspiration for this room. It's just, let's see how obnoxious we can make it, you know? So, with all of that said, let's get to it. Okay. All right, so I've worked on this some, but this is the top of the record cabinet, and it's gonna have a hinge right here. So it needs to pivot there. So what I want to do is just sand to take the, and I've sanded a little bit, just to take the hardness off the edge. And so it can rotate easier. I think it'll be fine anyway, but I don't know, it's a good practice. The other way you can do this, if you really want to be like persnickety about it, yeah, so that's starting to look pretty good. I don't know if it's picking up on camera or not, but you can see it's pretty rounded. So the other thing I want to do is these are the feet, the bottom legs. And I've sanded it some, but I just want to make sure that I'm hiding the fact that it's a cut piece of wood as much as I can. So I'm gonna just kind of try to sand like round these legs off a bit. So something like that. Just make it look a little more expansive, you know. Hey party people, it's future Alison here to give you a little hot voiceover action. Should I do this as ASMR tingles? Are you getting tingles right now? This is the front of the cabinet. It's cut as two 1/16 pieces of wood, which gave it some nice depth. Give it some good depth action. And now we're gonna do a lot of gluing here. A lot of gluing. Most of my life is just like waiting for paint and glue to dry. I'll tell you that right now. You can see the back panel of this piece, sort of, if you look like really, really hard. I scored lines into it, so when I assembled it, I can easily ensure that the shelves and everything are straight and at 90-degree angles and stuff, and that made this process significantly easier. If you don't have a laser cutter and you do this by hand, you can very easily do the exact same thing with a pencil. I did it for many years that way before I sold out and bought a laser, because I'm spoiled. Here we have the I don't know, another wooden piece. Oh, so fast. Oh, look at it glue in. Just, oh, it's absolutely riveting content right here. Riveting. Are you riveted? Here's the little shelf where I wanted to make like a little record storage in it, just because, I don't know, I love little records, and I love, the details are the best part for me, having all the little bits and bobs. This piece is actually quite freaking solid, and if you've watched any of my videos, you know that I am a trash monster and I break things a lot, and it's really important to me that my miniatures are not super fragile. Also, you know, when I do sell stuff and I have to ship it, it's just so annoying when stuff breaks in shipping. Okay, this is the really important part. So first of all, this is a pin vise, and you want to find a drill bit that's about the size of your pin. I'm using like sewing pins and fabric pins. And now I'm gonna cut the head off that pin. I mean, actually, I did not even need to do this in reality. In retrospect, I don't know why I did that. Okay, so now I'm kind of like fitting the lid to the piece and taping it in place, because you'll see in a minute I need to mark where I need to put the hole. So right here, there's a little teeny hole in the side of it that is cut. It's about a 2x2 millimeter hole, and I marked it first with the pin, and then I kind of went in a second time and marked it. Julie Warren would measure that, but I didn't. And it came out perfectly. So, sometimes my laziness pays off. Now I'm kind of checking it to see, making sure I got enough depth and gluing it. I don't know that white glue is the best glue, but I don't know. Whatever. It's what I used. It's the only glue that I have in a little squeezy bottle container, though. So, sometimes the best glue is the glue that you have in your hand at the moment. And then, this is probably not necessary, but I do kind of I hammer it in just a little bit, and it makes me feel better. So, and then you slip it on in that hole. Now, I'm gonna glue the other side on. So you have to put one hinge in and leave one side open, and then put the other hinge in, because otherwise you won't be able to get one of the hinges in, if that makes sense. Words fail me as usual, but I don't know. Hopefully you're a visual thinker and you can imagine what I'm talking about. All right, so now go ahead and slide that lid back on in. Yeah, go ahead. Oh yeah, that's what you're gonna want to do. And yep, the blue tape budget for this video is excessive. All right. The most money spent on this video went to blue tape. This video was sponsored by 3M. Just kidding, but if you want to send me some tape, I'm here for it. I am here for it. All right, so I'm taping that lid. Actually, no, I'm taping the bottom down. Being really thorough with that tape. Oh, ooh, look at her. It's like an ad for blue tape. She's keep your hands on it. I got greasy fingers. I've been eating fried chicken all day. Nom, 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 nom. Okay, now it looks like I decided, fuck the lid. I'm now gonna install the front of it. So, okay, that's fine. And now we have a box. How cute and special is that? All right, is it lid time? No, it's not lid time. Nope. You'd think I would have edited this in a way that made sense, but that's not the journey we're on. It's like it's edging. We're edging right now. The exciting lid part. Can't give it away for nothing. It's like those really annoying YouTubers who put something in the title, and then they just talk around in circles, and you're like, get to the juicy tea. I want to know. I don't like that, and I don't want to do it on my YouTube. I just want to make cool stuff, and then if people want to watch it, then it feels like you have to do a gimmick to get people to watch your stuff. Maybe your content's not that good, dude. I don't know. Yeah, so these are just some little decorative doodads. I looked at a lot of these and kind of picked and picked and whatever. These actually, the speaker front, that was not my original choice. That's actually a little more swinging than I wanted it to be. But the first design I did, it was so small and delicate. I was literally just like burning through it. And it was all charred and stuff. It was just too fine, and it was too much of it. It was too complicated, and the laser was angry. So now I'm cutting some teeny tiny trim. I think this is about 2 millimeter by 2 millimeter square dowel. You know, if you're at a place that has like a diorama scale trim, just every time pick them up. This was probably 30 cents. Every time I go, I get mine at Artist and Craftsman. Every time I go south, not every time, but every time I go there, I grab some trims. Because you just never know, and you always need it. And look how little and cute it is. Love it. Okay, we're back. Ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so I'm doing the same thing here. I'm sticking the pin through the little cut hole. I believe the hole was 2 millimeters by 2 millimeters. Doing the same thing again where like I made a little teeny mark. And now, so you can see the hole there. Yeah, and I probably couldn't see what the heck I was doing, so being a little more thorough. And close enough. Yep. And then we're just gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna go ahead and drill a little hole in that sucker. It's the same process all over again. Did I need to film it twice? Probably not, but it'll stick in your brain better this way. Do I need to hammer this in? Again, probably not, but and now I'm taping it all up. I'm tucking it all in using my $85 of blue tape right here. Ensuring it's all safe. And now I'm gonna take these pliers and I'm just gonna get it as close as I can. And I actually, what is that tool called? The little snips that I have from my, so you can see there's like a little nub there, and I just pounded that in. But actually, yeah, see these little snips, I figured they get a lot closer, and I can't remember what those are called, but I use them for 3D printing, and they cut through the pin really good, and it's nice and flush. She's flush now. And I stained these little bad boys, and now we're gonna attach them. It's very satisfying. No comment. Some comment, because that's too much glue. I got a little excited with the glue there, and the amount of like glue removal and sanding that ends up on the cutting room floor of these videos, you wouldn't believe how much sanding I do, and how much, see this? That I probably did like 700 more times, and it just cut it out, because who wants to see that? Absolutely no one. All right. Now it's time to attach the legs. So here is what I did. I measured the bottom. I found the center point, which I think was like 60 millimeters. I believe maybe the entire piece is 120 millimeters. Yeah, so find the center on the top and bottom, because we have 2 sets of legs, and then find the center on the legs. So essentially what I'm doing is I'm gonna line up the center point of the legs to the center point of the console. and that will ensure that that the legs are centered. I'm so thirsty. Can you hear the thirstiness in my mouth? And then because I'm super good at designing, this wasn't quite like a flush 180 degree line or whatever it is. So I kind of had to fill it. Oh, I also cut out a lot of filling. So just know, like, this video makes it look like I am like a master designer, but a lot of the like persnickety stuff is edited out. It doesn't go as smoothly as this. It went really freaking smoothly though, I will say that. Yeah, so same thing on the back, but maybe this time we don't need to show all that fill gluing. I don't know. Maybe we will. Who knows? And then also the holding the wood in place for like minutes at a time. Yeah, see, I edited that out. And we're doing a little sanding. I think I should have sanded that for at least 10 minutes longer, but maybe not. I just realized, you know how people do like reaction videos on I'm doing reaction videos making fun of my own video, which really is the nicest. It's the nicest way to do that. I'm taking, this is like, I don't know. It's some trim. I don't know what size it is. It's probably, I'm looking at it. I'm going to guess it's 4 millimeters wide. Just to kind of box in the bottom. I just thought it looked better. I don't know. It's probably just another useless detail. But I like wasting time. Probably needs to be sanded for like, oh, no, that's definitely going to need some more sand. Yeah, there you go. Go ahead and get that nice and smooth. I feel like I sound like I just woke up. Like I'm like, I'm so thirsty right now. I've been talking so much. When will this video ever end so I can go get a drink of water? I feel like that stain looked really thick and dark, but I don't know. I guess it came out all right, so. Go ahead and. Yeah, when I was editing this, I was thinking like at one point that the tweezers looked like a roach. It looked like a roach clip. And then I was like, nobody smoked a joint with a roach clip since '83. Like do people do that? I don't think people do that anymore. What do they do? People don't even smoke weed anymore. What am I talking about? They smoke like, I don't know, stuff that requires like a blowtorch. I don't know what people do anymore. I'm so out of touch. I sit in a basement and I make miniatures. I don't know what's cool anymore. It's time. It's time. The unit, the actual console now is finished. And that's exciting because, like, look how cute it is and how good it came out. And look at that. Look at that. The hinge was a little tight. It's not in the video, but I did go in and just sand the back edge a little bit more. All right. Hello, friends. Okay. So, when I last saw you a few days ago, oh, I got bits sticking to me. Uh-oh. All right, so the last time I filmed, I assembled this piece. I actually need to re-glue a couple parts on it, but I'm so happy with how it turned out. And also I feel like redeemed because I don't know if it was just like I was rusty or what, but that bar was so difficult. And I I blew through at least one sheet of plywood cutting. And like, yeah, it was just a nightmare. So anyway, okay. So now I'm to the stage where I want to put the record player, like equalizer, and some records on the inside. Normally, well, my original idea was to 3D print that. That makes a lot of sense, right? And I'm just having so many problems with my 3D printer right now that I gave up. So instead, I'm not gonna sit here and take off all these stickers. Y'all don't need to watch that. I've cut it all, which is kind of silly, but yeah, so I've cut all the pieces, and so we're gonna see if that can make that work out. So that's what I'm gonna do today. Is everything's cut now. Like, look, these are all the buttons. By the way, I just figured out this is like the absolute best way to remove small pieces from the Glowforge, is you just stick tape to them and you pull them out. Perfect. Yeah, so everything is cut now for that. And the next step is painting everything. So that's what we are gonna do today. So, cool. And,
oh, good. It's future, Allison. Do I sound tired? Because I am, because I just woke up and I'm groggy and I'm just having my morning tea. But, the voiceover that I recorded last night, at least the second part, my mouth was too close to the mic and it sounded like I was yelling through a bullhorn. Is that what those are called? Like a cheerleader type. Like I was leading an assembly. And I thought about leaving it. I definitely thought about making y'all suffer. But I didn't. And I'm a better person than that. I don't know why I left this part in, because I didn't even use these sticks. I should have cut this out. This is like an extra minute or 2 minutes of content of your life you could have had back. But no, I'm making you suffer by watching this. Because, yeah, I ended up going with these tiny cocktail sticks that I bought at Goodwill and probably paid too much money. I think $3 for a package of cocktail sticks at Goodwill is too expensive, but I'm a sucker and I paid it. But look, I've used them quite a few times, so I don't know, you know? God, I just hate giving my money to charity. Though my mom says Goodwill is not a charity because they charge people. She's probably right. Okay, so the way I made the spindle for the record player is I very scientifically stuck it into the, in between them, and then, like marked it and cut it. And then I sanded it for like 25 years to round off the top. Because it's really important to me that I spend a lot of time on details that no one is going to ever see. So yeah, I did that, and I think now I'm like measuring for the little army bit for the needle arm. I don't know. Don't expect me to know the names of things. Having a little sip. The good news is I'm not thirsty anymore, and I have my Stanley here with me. So, don't judge me. I didn't buy it. I did not. Every time I like to have I'm like, I didn't spend money on this. Okay. I think owning a $40 water bottle is insane. It was a gift, not from Stanley. But I will say, high quality product, and I would maybe gift one for a friend, because it kind of is the sort of thing that, like, maybe a lot of people wouldn't buy for themselves, but it's a pretty nice item. So yeah, it's a good gift. And I love it. And my BFF bought it for me for no reason, because she's the freaking best, and I'm obsessed with her. Yeah. So this part of the video is just me gluing teeny little bits onto things, and I'm sorry I'm forcing you to suffer through it. But I had to suffer through making it, which took significantly longer. Actually, the most annoying part of this project was removing the masking. When you cut things on a laser, it doesn't have to be, but most of the products are masked, and with wood you definitely want to mask it so it doesn't scorch and blah blah blah. Anyway, I had to remove the masking, which is just, it's like basically a big sheet of masking tape from all of these teeny tiny little pieces, and that was the most annoying part of this entire project. This is my new thing, is I hate watch my own videos and comment on them. It's like chef reactions, but it's miniaturist reactions, but only on my own videos, because as much as I'm mean in my own head, I would never be mean on the internet to people, because everyone's doing the best they can, even if they're just starting out or their ideas are awful. You know what? That's not up to me, right? If they're happy with it, then that's great, as long as they're not hurting anyone. Do no harm, take no shit. God, this is taking forever. Even this is sped up, I don't know, 500, 600%. Oh, I used a little metallic Sharpie paint marker. Those paint markers are really great. In a minute, I use a Posca paint marker, and those are fantastic paint markers. You can usually only find them at art supply stores. Alright, so at this stage in the video, I decided that the silver spray paint I used was too silver. It was too shiny and too bright, and didn't have that nice polished metal that I seek. So I just used some of the chalk pastels to kind of tone it down. These are pan pastels, and they are lovely. I love them so much. But also, the stick chalk, any pastels work great. You can just take a stick of pastel and rub it on some sandpaper. And now, again, staying true to my desire to create tiny details that no one will ever notice or care about, I decided to go in and add a little more dimension to all my knobs. That doesn't say anything. I just want you to, just kidding. It says something. It says, fuck you. It doesn't really say that. It says, let's be best friends. That's what it says. Yeah, now I'm gluing my little arm on. And it kind of looks like a little toothbrush. All of this was made with 1/16 basswood. So you could definitely, You could definitely cut this on a Glowforge Aura or Cricut. This part was really satisfying. Like, it's just like the magic dopamine hit you get when you make something new. I mean, that's the dragon I'm chasing, you know? It's just like the satisfaction. Like when I make a new like video or a new reel, it's just like I watch it like 1,000 times with pride, and then like 6 months later I'm like, oh, that's such fucking garbage. Yeah, this is the Posca marker that I mentioned. Like, look how like opaque and saturated that is. It's a really great marker. This is sort of the like radio tuner thing. I don't know what it's called, but for you kids out there who didn't live through it in a time beyond digital radio, it used to have like a little needle, and you had to turn a knob in it to move the needle. But you know, of course, now it's just numbers on a screen, and that's good too. I had to go out and buy printer ink to print this and to print the records, and god damn, is that expensive. I decided when I was making this that these these are my roach clips. That's what I decided that. Also, I wondered if anyone has used roach clips since 1983. God, my voice is like, I haven't been feeling great lately. I've been taking a lot of vitamins. I don't know what's wrong with me. One time I thought I had mono for a whole year. It turned out I was just really bored. If you know that quote, put the answer in the comments, and I will do nothing. I will respond in no way at all. But, you know, you'll get to feel cool for a minute. I love this little plate thing I made, the little edging around it. I mean, that thing is, if it is 2 millimeters wide, I'll be surprised. It is very delicate. I'm pretty impressed with my laser that it did all this stuff, because it doesn't like doing really small things usually. Ugh. I forgot to stain the inside of that. Not that anyone's ever gonna see it, but it does really annoy me. So I designed all of these little records. I don't know. I struggled a little bit with what music I wanted to include. I don't feel like the house is owned by like young people, so I didn't kind of want like 60s rock. I think I was like looking up a bunch of I have a degree in painting, and I was just looking up a bunch of painters from like the 50s and 60s, and I was just thinking like I kind of want to have like these people own a fine art collection, and so I think they're like cultured, I guess is where I'm going with that. So I wanted to choose music that was maybe like a little less on the nose, and also just music that I enjoy from that time period. So I included Gilberto Gets, which I think might be the first bossa nova album. I really, really like bossa nova. And I like that it just like originates from one place, and it's like it's a beach. It's beach music. It's also, it's interesting that in Brazil, South America, they speak Portuguese because colonization. because of the dark tide of colonization. So yeah, anyway, there's quite a few like Francois Hardy, Chantal Goya, who is a children's musician, French children's musician from like the 60s. I found her because I watched the movie Masculine Feminine, which is a French new wave movie. I absolutely hate myself right now. And actually, I think the same song was used in the Wes Anderson movie French Dispatch, which maybe was his worst movie. I don't know.
Who dis? New lens. New lens, who dis? I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how to use a prime lens. Like there's table between you and I right now. There's a few feet of table. And I'm like, how do I get the nice blur? How do I get that blur that all the YouTubers crave? How do I make it look like A24? Okay. How to look like A24. Add some halations. Add about 50 practical LEDs, colored LEDs. A jape. Okay, well, we're here. Hello. How was it? Was it to your satisfactory? Was it to your satisfaction? I don't know. I'm sleepy today. I started the day off by eating Applebee's, and that's not a way to start your day. Applebee's lunch at 11 a.m., just waiting outside for them to unlock the door like a predator. Well, here it is. I am really happy with this. Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like I have a ton to say. I think I might put the SVG for this for sale on my Etsy. So, I'm not sure if I'll get that up before I get this video posted, but I will link it. So just know. And if you want that, let me know, and maybe that will give me a little extra motivation. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This is project number 2 for my Len B renovation house. I started a little playlist, so that's fun. The other thing is that because I am like making things, and sometimes like that just takes a lot of time. Like this went so smoothly. It was quite shocking. But like the last video, especially, just the 3D printing was such a nightmare. And because it was over such a long period of time, like, and I was dealing with like seasonal depression and like real lack of motivation. The whole thing was a nightmare. Anyway, so I'm not probably ever going to be like every day, every Friday at 3 p.m. YouTuber. Maybe someday, but I think for this year, my focus is just like getting videos out. So if you want to make sure you don't miss any videos, then please like subscribe and hit the bell. Also, I'm on all the social media at Fezziwig Toys, so I always post when I have new videos too, so you can get updated there. And yeah, cool. Thank you so much for sticking it out, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something. And cool. Let's roll the review.